love this feeling. Love the feeling of being in the air. Love the feeling of flying.
I'm Charlotte Drury. I'm a trampoline gymnast.
In the gymnastics world, she needs no introduction. The high-flying, flip-defying, twists-at-every-turn athlete is Laguna Niguel's own Charlotte Drury, and trampoline is her Olympic sport.
What do you want people to know about trampoline?
It's not what's in your backyard.
What are we? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
More than 400 sanitation workers hit the pavement saying they are being used and abused. The strike is affecting customers from Anaheim to Huntington Beach and potentially half a dozen cities in between. These are real-life reenactments.
Mayday, firefighter trapped.
Designed to simulate a building that has collapsed with wires blocking the way out. In this training exercise, firefighter Jonathan White also has his eyes covered to understand how he might react in the dark. He must hold on to his oxygen tank and slide along the floor to make his way to safety.
Cover that shield once again. Swim your way out of there.
There's always a sense of panic. The more you train, the better you get at the skills to be able to free yourself.
I'm Vicki Vargas at the Orange County Fair, where things will operate a little differently this year, but not everything. Woo!
This year's theme, Time for Fun, but there will be fewer people who can enjoy it. Fair officials are limiting capacity to 45,000 people a day. That's about 75% of their previous daily attendance. From quinoa to cordon bleu. 25,000 meals are prepped and packaged here every week, 5 times more than before the pandemic shutdown. Some of these trays will go to senior centers for pickup, and some will be delivered directly to the homes of those who can't get out and about.
I'm the only person that they're going to see that day, and I try to spend a little time talking to them, those that want to talk.
Doc Molthen is a retired chiropractor who has been delivering Meals on Wheels for a decade. The 82-year-old volunteer made a vow not to get into a retirement rut, so he knocks on 6 doors a day with a smile and a meal.
Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
These come to visit me, and you brought me good food as always.
As always.
You are my best buddy.
Joe Buscayano says his family is scattered across the country. These visits, he tells us, are how he connects on a human level.
It just makes me feel more alive, more important.
Flames burn for a second night in the hills above Pacific Palisades, close enough to keep people on edge, the choppers loud enough to keep them awake.
I'm kind of scared about this, but I'm just thinking that everything's going to be okay.
Here in Southern California, gas is probably at the top of the list. And you're not imagining it. In the last year, the price of fuel has gone up on average 42%. Experts say that pinch at the pump is being felt across the country, and yes, you can blame it on the pandemic. Farmers say it's a necessary yet constant part of their job, getting rid of the unwanted.
Today we are weeding the celery rows, pulling up all the weeds.
Volunteers have come to dig, to pull, and to add to what nature cannot do without some human help. These acres of green are on land owned by the University of California. A local farmer provides his expertise, and Second Harvest Food Bank provides the volunteer labor.
For folks to have an opportunity to truly sow something and see what grows and reap that product for the sake of our community, and to bring food to those who are food insecure is really powerful.
Honey, do you have another corned beef hash, honey?
What is it?
A breakfast bonanza. But where do the leftover hash browns and scrambled eggs end up if no one devours them? Very soon, right here. The new law means garbage companies are gearing up to add food waste cans street side, or telling customers to add the eggshells and orange rinds to the green waste bin with leaves and cut grass. Each city will have its own method.
The more people that are composting, the more food waste is diverted from the landfill, the better for the environment.
Just the health on this plant is incredible.
3 trees, each one a symbol, not only of what was, but what can be. They came from the last living thing uncovered at Ground Zero.
And I saw that tree and said, there's life there. There's life in that tree.
A decade ago, Tom Larson asked for and got a trio of foot-long cuttings from the original survivor tree. He vowed to grow them in the earth, to bring them to a place to spread their branches and their message of hope.
That everybody has catastrophes. Even on your own block, your own home, people get busted. Broken branches, broken hearts and souls. So we're not experiencing those things. Ought to be thinking about what we can do to make things better.
For 13-year-old Paran Ladva, September 11th is a date in a history book.
I know these trees stand for resilience, which shows that no matter what, we can come through it and we'll always be here.
He knew he could make things even better by creating a courtyard where the trees could reach for the sky. His Eagle Scout project took nearly a year of planning, 40 volunteers, and some heavy lifting. The trees have a permanent home now. The legacy courtyard is near the entrance to the Farm and Food Lab at the Orange County Great Park.
It takes a diversity of people, and that's where the real strength and resilience of the system comes into play. And those trees are a very valuable visual tool as to how that's represented.
There are other survivor trees, and they're scattered across the country, but those came from seedlings, and they were given by the Memorial Museum to communities that suffered their own tragedy so that they too would have a symbol of longevity. This teenager admits he was nervous about the project, joking he doesn't have a green thumb, but he knew there was a horticultural village ready and willing to help.
No matter what happens, there's always going to be a chance to regrow and thrive.
Growers say trees can be like people. Each one has its own special quality, and in this case, its own message. In Irvine, Vicki Vargas, NBC4 News.